What if the people closest to you were the ones who hurt you the most? What if your dreams, the very visions God gave you, made you the enemy? This is not just a story from ancient times. It's the true account of a young man whose dream nearly destroyed him. But that same dream also saved a nation. Before we begin this powerful journey, subscribe to this channel right now and turn on the notification bell, because what you're about to hear might just change your life. In the ancient land of Canaan, there lived a young boy named Joseph. He was 17, bright, kind-hearted, and full of wonder. But what set him apart wasn't just his youth. It was his dreams. His father Jacob loved him more than any of his brothers. As a symbol of that love, Jacob gave him a coat of many colors, a beautiful robe that shimmered in the sunlight. But to his brothers, that coat didn't shine. It stung. They watched Joseph with cold eyes, not just because he was favored, but because he dared to dream. "Listen to this dream," Joseph once told them eagerly. "We were binding sheaves in the field, and suddenly my sheaf rose and stood upright, while all of yours gathered around and bowed down to mine. Their faces hardened. 'Do you think you'll rule over us?' they scoffed. But Joseph wasn't finished. 'I had another dream,' he said. 'This time, the sun, the moon, and 11 stars bowed down to me.' Even his father was taken aback. 'What is this dream of yours?' Jacob asked. 'Will your mother and I, and your brothers, really bow down to you?' The dreams felt bold, unreal, even offensive, but Joseph believed they meant something. One day, Joseph was sent by his father to check on his brothers in the fields. As he approached, the sun gleamed on his colorful coat, and that alone was enough. 'Here comes the dreamer,' one brother muttered. 'Let's kill him and see what becomes of his dreams.' But instead of killing him, they threw him into a deep, empty pit. And then they sold him. 20 pieces of silver. That's what his life was worth to them. Joseph was taken to Egypt, stripped of his family, his freedom, but not his faith. Even as a slave in Potiphar's house, Joseph rose to favor. Everything he did prospered, because God was with him. But once again, injustice knocked at his door. Falsely accused by Potiphar's wife, Joseph was thrown into prison. Forgotten. Alone. But not by God. In the darkness of the dungeon, Joseph still held on to hope. He interpreted dreams for fellow prisoners, and when Pharaoh had a dream that no one could explain, Joseph was remembered. He stood before the king of Egypt. "I cannot interpret dreams," Joseph said, "but God can." He revealed the truth. 7 years of abundance would be followed by 7 years of famine. Pharaoh was astonished. "There is no one like you," Pharaoh said. "You shall be in charge of all Egypt. Only I will be greater than you." From prisoner to prince, from the pit to the palace. Years later, the famine spread across the land, and Joseph's brothers came to Egypt searching for food. They bowed before the governor, unaware that he was the brother they had betrayed. Joseph recognized them, but he didn't reveal himself immediately. He watched them, tested their hearts. When he finally spoke, his voice shook with emotion. "I am, Joseph, your brother, the one you sold into Egypt." They were speechless, terrified, but Joseph looked at them with love. "Do not be afraid," he said. "What you meant for evil, God meant for good, to save many lives." He forgave them. He embraced them. He restored his family. And the dream came true. Not the way anyone expected. Not through comfort or ease, but through rejection, pain, perseverance, and faith. Joseph the dreamer, the one who never gave up. And maybe that's a message for you today. Maybe you've been thrown into a pit. Maybe you've been forgotten, misunderstood, betrayed by people you trusted. But hear this: your dream is not dead. If God gave you the vision, He will carry it to completion. It may not happen the way you imagined, but it will happen in the way that changes everything. So don't give up. Your palace might be closer than you think. And if this story inspired you, touched your heart, or reminded you of your purpose, don't just leave. Let us walk this journey of faith together. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, because there's more to come. Stories that heal, build, and remind us that with God, nothing is impossible.